Did you know that some of the smallest actions can have some of the biggest impacts on your life? Most of us overlook small wins, but they're the secret weapon behind every major success story. And in this video today, I would like to talk to you about why small wins matter, how they build momentum, and more importantly, how you can use them in your life to achieve some of your biggest goals. So let's start off by even talking about what a small win even is, right? Because everybody has their own definition. But for me, small wins are those tiny incremental achievements that bring you closer and closer to your biggest goals. Take something like waking up 10 minutes early a day, 10 minutes earlier than you already wake up a day. Or how about just completing a task? Or even just showing up consistently every day? Elon Musk, for example, he owns Tesla and SpaceX, two pretty successful companies. I mean, I gotta just throw that out there. They're pretty successful, right? But to us, that might look like this man just started a business and it was just successful overnight. And that's false, right? In fact, those two companies are a result of his work that he put in and year out, day in and day out, every day, nonstop. So now he was able to present it to the public and they're extremely successful. And he stayed the course. I think that that's where a lot of us kind of mess up, right? We think that these small wins don't matter, but I feel like Elon Musk is the perfect example as to how small wins do matter. Jeff Bezos is another one, right? So why do small wins even matter? Well, small wins matter because it gives you a sense of accomplishment. It reinforces the belief that you can do it. You can accomplish whatever you want, right? So how can it create momentum in your life? Well, that's an easy one as well. It can create momentum in your life because once you start something, even if it's a small win, it's easier to keep going, right? It's like a snowball. Think of a snowball. The more a snowball goes downhill, it starts off extremely small, but it ends up getting big, right? Last week, my daughter and I, we made snowballs. We made a snowman because we had a little bit of snow here. And it was funny to me because she was able to just create a snowball. I've never tried it in real life, and I grew up in New York. Never tried it in real life, but she took a small snowball and she started pushing it. As she pushed it, it continued to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So think of that as your goals, right? You might have a huge goal, but just break it down into something small and it'll create that momentum and compound itself into something huge that you thought you could never even accomplish. Well, here you are accomplishing it, right? So another point that I want to touch on is how it can overcome overwhelm. What do I even mean by that? So big goals can feel intimidating, right? Small wins break those goals into manageable pieces, making it easier for you to tackle some of those big goals, right? So let's think about the science behind small wins. The science behind small wins, right? So studies have shown that the brain gives off dopamine. It's like a feel-good chemical when achieving something, anything. No matter how small, this creates a positive feedback loop, like I like to call it, and it encourages you to keep going, right? So I think that that's the important thing right there. That's the important piece. Most of us, we get burnt out the minute we have one of those big goals. The minute we see it, it just makes us not sick to our stomach, right? But excited. But you also get those butterflies and you feel like, well, how on earth am I gonna be able to accomplish that? I'm here to tell you that you can overcome any type of overwhelming situation by just breaking down that situation, right? In this case, it's a goal. So it's not really a situation. It's something that's gonna help you in your long-term life, right? You have goals and you need to achieve them. And this is how you're gonna do it. So most celebrities and entrepreneurs credit their success to these small wins. Grab a pen and a paper. I want to give you a list of a couple of things that I think will help you, right? So this is the how-to, right? How can you use these small wins in your life? Step one, set micro goals. We've talked about this before on this channel, where you take one of your goals and you just break it down into manageable, actionable steps daily, or tasks. Manageable, actionable tasks daily. That's how You just break them down into micro goals. Step 2, track your wins. I think this is extremely important. So you might have these goals written down, right? But why not put them in like an Excel spreadsheet? Put them in an Excel spreadsheet and put a check mark next to them as soon as you complete it. The more you see something, the better you feel about it. So when you see something that you've accomplished, you're gonna feel good and you're gonna wanna continue to keep going, right? Celebrate your wins, big or small. And what do I mean by that? I mean, don't be afraid to pat yourself on the back. Don't be afraid to reach out to whoever your accountability partner is for motivation and encouragement. And don't be afraid to just take yourself out to dinner or something, or however you choose to celebrate, make sure you celebrate it, right? It's so easy to overlook your small wins, but I encourage you to not do that. Do the complete opposite. And last but not least, stay consistent. Consistency is the key, man. A lot of us drop the ball, right? Sometimes you get so close to something and then you feel like because you haven't seen the result, it's just not working, right? So I have people come to me all the time, well, how does this work for you? My answer is everything works. The real question is, are you working? It's kind of like, what's that? There's like a picture that surfaces around every now and then with two rabbits. One sees a big branch and is pulling the carrot out. It's a small carrot. And the other one sees a small little sprout, but under there is a huge carrot, right? So that's one example of just seeing things for what they are. But here's an even better example for what I'm trying to touch on right now about small wins and consistency. You got a picture of two men. Both of them are digging for gold. One guy has been digging for months, right? For months, he's just digging, and he's right there. But because he didn't see it, right? Because he didn't feel like the gold was actually at the end of that tunnel, he stopped. Where to the other guy, he continues. And guess who ends up getting the gold? That's right, the one who consistently did the same work every day and didn't stop until he got to where he wanted. So how big is your goal? How important is that goal? Right? I hope I made some sense today. Right? I hope that my content is adding or providing some type of value in your life. And I would love to challenge you to do this one thing for me. If you have some small wins, write them down there in the comments. Let's talk about it. Let's celebrate them together. I'll be your accountability partner. As I continue to get better in my journey on my YouTube channel, I appreciate your support and I look forward to seeing you next week. I can't wait to talk about what I have planned for you. All right, so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And more importantly, write a comment down below and hit that bell if you don't mind. Maybe every time one of my videos pop up, it'll let you know and we can talk about it. Peace.